Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to iReady Math Lesson 14. So the past couple weeks, we have been practicing adding three-digit numbers. Today and this week, and maybe next week, we are going to be practicing subtracting three-digit numbers. But before we do that, I want to practice doing something with you. So every day at the end of every lesson, I tell you to keep that growth mindset because good learners do hard things. But sometimes when we do hard things, our bodies can get really upset. They can get overwhelmed. They can get sad. So what I want us to do before we start something new in math, I want us to find a strategy to help our brains calm down when we are feeling stressed or overwhelmed or nervous about trying something new and maybe hard for us. So I am going to show you two different strategies to use to help your body get calmed down today. Okay, are you ready? So the first thing we are going to do is really easy peasy. We are going to take 3 deep breaths. Are you ready? All right, so we're going to breathe in our nose and out through our mouth. That already feels good. All right, let's do 2 more. And a third one. All right, so that helps our bodies get calm, our brains to rest a little bit before we do something else. The other strategy I like to use to help my body and my mind get calmed down is to have a little dance break. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to get in a place where you are not going to bump into your computer or bump into anything. We want to be safe. So I'm going to stand up. All right, can you see me? All right, and I'm just gonna dance it out. All right. Whew, I already feel so much better because I am kind of nervous about teaching you guys how to do three-digit subtraction. So before I started something new or challenging, I wanted to use a strategy to help my body calm down. All right, so give me a thumbs up. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. So we are going to start by using pictures to see how we subtract three-digit numbers. But we have a word problem. So let's read it. It says Holly has 368 pet pal cards. Dora has 243 cards. How many more cards does Holly have than Dora? All right, so this is a word problem. So we're going to read it again, circle important numbers, and underline important keywords. All right, here we go. Holly has 368 pet pal cards. Dora has 245. How many more cards does Holly have than Dora? Ooh, so more than Dora. When we hear the word than, that means we're going to be comparing. All right, so it says, how many cards does Dora have? Write the number as hundreds, tens, and ones. So let's go back and look. So it said Dora has 245. So in 245, how many hundreds are there? 2. How many tens are there? 4. And how many ones? 5. All right. Letter B says the model shows Holly's cards. Cross out the hundreds, tens, and ones to subtract Dora's cards. Okay, so Holly has the bigger number, right? She has 368. So this model shows 368. That's our whole. We are comparing Holly and Dora's, but we want to know how many more Holly has than Dora. So 368 is our whole. We are going to take away 245. Let's start in our ones. So we are going to take away how many ones? 5 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go to our tens place. How many tens are we going to take away? 4 tens. So let's take away 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and how many hundreds are we going to take away? 2. 1, 2. What blocks are left? So how many hundreds do we have left? We have 100. How many tens? 2 tens and 3 ones. What do the blocks that are left over show? It shows how many more cards Holly has, right? It shows how many more cards Holly has than, because remember we were comparing than Dora. I'm having to write really small. All right, and I'm going to make sure to end that sentence with a period. All right, so how many more cards does Holly have? Look at the number that we had left. She had 123. Now, this problem, we didn't have to regroup. So our whole was 368. When we started in the ones place, we knew that we were going to start with 8 ones and we were taking away 5. We did not have to regroup. What that means is we did not have to borrow a 10 to help take away those ones. It says sometimes you have to regroup 3-digit numbers to subtract. In our number, there were enough 100, tens, and ones to subtract 368 minus 243. But let's say that Dora had 249 cards. So 368 was our whole, and 249 would be the part that I'm taking away. Now, if I have 8 cookies, can I give you 9 of them? No. So we can regroup. That means we can use a 10 from the tens place and move those to the ones place to add the ones that we already have. It said that you need to subtract more ones to subtract 9. It says, so regroup a 10 and 368 to get 10 more ones. So look at what they did. In the hundreds place, we still have 3 hundreds. In the tens place, we had 6 tens and 8 ones. What we can do to subtract 9 is we can borrow a 10 from the tens place, okay? And we're going to bust up that group of 10 into 10 ones. Now, it doesn't just become 10 in the ones place. We add those 10 ones to our 8 ones in 368. So we can think of it like this: 300 plus 5 tens, so plus 50, plus 18 ones. We are still showing 368, but we've moved around our value. Okay, so instead of 368, now we have 350 plus 18. It's still showing 368. We just moved our parts around. So now in our ones place, we have 18 ones. I can take away 9 ones now. So I have 18 minus 9 would be 9 ones. I can go to my tens place. I'm going to look at my tens in my whole. I have 5. Can I take away 4? Yes. 5 tens minus 4 tens is 110. Now I can go to my hundreds. 3 take away 2 is 100. So the difference is 100 plus 110 plus 9 ones, or 119. All right, and let's look at the reflect. It says, are there enough ones in 465 to subtract 328? What do you need to do? All right, so let's set up our equation. It says 465 minus 328. When we subtract, we always start in our ones place, just like when we add. All right, so 465 is my big number. That's the number that I'm going to take away from, right? So 465, and I'm going to take away 328. Okay, so think if you had 465 M&Ms. That's your whole. And you ate 328 of them. How many will be left? So we're going to start in our ones place. So in 465, I have 5 ones. That is part of my whole. I'm taking away 328. 8 is my ones. If I have 5 M&Ms in the ones place, can I take away 8? No. So what do I need to do? I need to regroup. I need to borrow a group of 10. So I kindly go to my tens place and I say, dear tens place, can I borrow a 10 and change it to 10 ones? And they are so nice. They're going to say, absolutely, you can. So it's not going to be 6 tens in the tens place. It's now going to be 5 tens because the tens place was so nice and they gave us a 10 to change to 10 ones. So now I put those 10 ones with my 5 ones. So 10 ones and 5 ones would be 15. So now I still have 465, Smarties. Don't forget that. This is still 465, but I've moved around some of my 10s to help out my ones. All right, so now I can subtract, right? If I have 15 M&Ms, I can eat 8 of them. So 15 take away 8. An easy strategy to find out that difference in the ones place is to start at 8 and count to 15. So let's do that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What is the difference? 7. Now I can go to my tens place. If I have 5 tens, can I give you 2? Absolutely. How many are going to be left? 3 tens. All right, and I didn't need to borrow from my hundreds place. So if I have 400 M&Ms, can I take away 300? Yes, how many are left? 100. So did we have enough ones to subtract 328? No. What did we have to do? Who did we have to borrow from? We had to borrow from the tens place. So we're going to say no. You need to borrow 10 ones from the tens place. The tens place. All right, Smarties. So that is it for day 1, video 1 for lesson 14. Always remember to keep that growth mindset. Good learners do hard things, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video lesson. Happy learning, Smarties.